where all the action is, right here at Bronco Planet.
Hey there, folks. It's Shad and Danny. It's Bronco Planet. It's the special Thursday night edition. The Broncos doubling up the Raiders 26-13 in a game that we would like to call...
It was good. It's good. Come on, 10-3.
I'm just kidding.
Listen,
right?
buddy, we sat in this same studio 2.5, 3 years ago. I can't even remember when. Everything was misery. We had Spygate 2. We were losing like crap. McDaniels was pulling all kinds of silliness. We were frustrated. We're screaming, Pat Bowlen, save your legacy. Somebody get rid of this guy. And the following week,
damn near to
he
the
was
day,
gone,
Shad. That dream came true. And what does that get us? 10-3.
10-3.
Yep.
It's been a heck of a run, since that time. We had so much fun last year, right? All the excitement, the come from behind victories, the improbable happening time and time again, and then it's followed up with a 10-3 season. So we would talk a little bit later about a few things we'd like to work on, but I mean, this is a Super Bowl caliber team, and we go in and we get a win.
Yep, absolutely, Shad. And we had a conversation early just about what a difference a year makes. Last year we backed into the playoffs. We had our little moment in the sun, only to get deflated pretty badly by New England.
That balloon popped and came down quick.
It was a big balloon pop. But when we talk about what a difference a year makes, obviously Peyton Manning has made that difference. We're not going to sit here and tell you, he has done so much for the Denver Broncos, because we all know that. You know that as well. But to me, the one thing that sticks out more so than anything is the way that our Bronco defense right now has been playing. I'm going to lay some knowledge on you folks that you may not know. And it was actually a little surprising to me when I first saw it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I had to go double check the facts, make sure, what I heard was true. The Broncos this year have not allowed in 13 games one single 300-yard passer. That is huge.
Yeah, especially in an NFL that's geared around making it more pass-friendly. Everybody's throwing up these big numbers.
It's all about the pass now.
Peyton's brother throws for 500 yards earlier this year, and the Broncos not even one 300-yard passer. And, every week we started saying Del Rio starting around the middle. Right. Then it was a top 10 defense, now a top 5 defense. Von Miller continues to just shine week in, week out. That guy should have had 5 sacks. I can't believe. Well, yeah, they had no other choice.
Absolutely.
Hold him because he's blowing by you. I mean, Von Miller is the best linebacker the Broncos have had. I mean, we've had Al Wilson in here. We've had Mecklenburg, Tom Jackson.
Different kind of players,
yes,
though,
but this is like
you're just talking about your pure speed. Nobody can get a handle on this guy, pass rusher.
Yeah,
I love this guy.
Yes.
And again, when you talk about just the difference in how well the Denver Bronco defense is playing. Now, when you talk about not allowing 300-yard passes, you're talking the likes of Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Ryan.
Yep. Down to Andy Dalton.
Ding dong down in Atlanta.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Yeah, I'm so
I know,
crazy right now. Well, it's unbelievable when you see something like that. We just talked about emergence of great players. Vaughn is doing what he's doing, and it's been such a huge plus for us. But a guy like Chris Harris,
Chris Harris has had just a tremendous year, the young players. But the thing that I like the most about this Bronco team is the man up every time. Who's the next man up? We've had injuries. And Knowshon Moreno, of all people, who's on the practice squad, who I know drives us crazy with all his antics sometimes. It's like, hey, buddy, have you ever had a 7-yard run before? Settle down.
Yeah. Act like you've been there before, Sean. And that's what...
Don't get fired up.
I'm just going to say this right now, and then we're going to move on.
All right.
No, Sean, for God's sakes, act like you've made a first down. Act like you've ran more than 8 yards. Act like you've scored a touchdown before. Don't get up, talk smack to your opponent, and then take yourself out of the ball game. Drives me crazy.
All right, calm it down.
Something. Little note to Knowshon. Great game. Awesome game. Over 100 yards rushing, over 45 yards in receiving. Take a little note, maybe out of Willis McGahee's book, and act like a pro, and stop acting like you.
Yes, all right.
Okay?
He's getting there, all right. But he has stepped up.
I'm over it now.
He stepped up, done a tremendous job. You talk about...
this has nothing to do with his performance, Chad.
Yes, I know. And you got guys like Carter that have done great, and Harris, who you mentioned earlier. And then you got, guys been, look at Dan Copen comes in and replaces him. How about who's filling in for Joe Mays? It's just like every time somebody gets hurt, somebody else comes in, does a terrific job. And the other thing is the variety pack that Peyton Manning brings. The guy comes in here, and it's like, hey, I think today we'll give Eric Decker 8 catches for 88 yards. And, it looks like Dreesen hasn't been busy lately. I think I'll hook him up. And a touchdown here, and Tammy the week before. So many options.
We like the 31 flavors of receivers.
Awesome.
It's a nightmare for fantasy.
Yeah.
if you
Good
folks
luck
are into that.
picking out who's
But you make
Peyton's
a great
favorite.
point. You absolutely make a great point in the next man up mentality. DJ had his problems. Wesley Woodyard, next man up. Wesley has an issue, kind of a late scratch. A guy like Danny Trevathan, and funny, the funny part, and DJ comes back, so the circle has now been complete. As a whole, this defense playing very good ball.
Hitting people hard. You mentioned Danny Trevathan, great hard smack on McFadden. You see Steven Johnson, who just lit it up in camp on the special teams, just bam, wow, running into the freaking Mack truck. And then I know the hit you like the most.
I'm going to call timeout. Smash Burger Smash of the Week. Didn't come from the defense. Kudos to Demaryius Thomas. Holy crap. I don't know about you. I rewound that play like 10 times to watch Demaryius Thomas put the lick on the Oakland safety there. That's what I love. I love the toughness. I love where this team, it's, the gel. We've talked about gelling, Shad, and I think we're just about getting there. Just a few more tweaks. And what do you think those tweaks are?
I think what we have to do is and we did it. We actually did it against the Raiders. You've heard me all season harping about our covering the tight end. They keep the tight end under like 10 yards. They do a great job. Keep putting pressure on the quarterback. And, that we got to make big plays, all right? Like, got to cook. Obviously it was a game that was a little shaky in the red zone. You can't get in there. I know Matt Prater needs some practice. He's been a little rough lately.
We browbeat him here last week.
Yeah. And
he obviously watches the show. Yeah, he obviously watches the show. Goes out 4 for 4. But with that, Shad, let's talk about the red zone.
The red zone is, I think just some missed opportunities.
It was horrible last time.
And, a couple weeks in a row now, we've seen Peyton overthrow Dreesen open in the end zone. Knowshon's good for certain things, usually good at catching the ball.
Right.
But once again, when McGahee's out, we had that series there, we're trying to get Moreno in from the 1.
Right.
That's never a good option, right? He's not going to power through people most of the time. Sure, he got in a little bit later, but, the red zone was a little shaky, and sometimes I thought the play calling was a little predictable. But, we're overanalyzing this because we love the Denver Broncos, and the bar has gone from here to here. Right. All right. Last year, it's like, hey, everything was okay because we were pulling a lot of these games out of our, whoop, whoop.
Yep.
And
that's a fact.
And now we have a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, a Super Bowl caliber team. And so every time we play, I'm not thinking about the Oakland Raiders. I'm not thinking about the Chiefs. I'm thinking if we played the Texans, if we played New England, would we be getting away with this? And the answer is probably not so much. So we got to clean up some of those. And it's it's not just Danny and Shad saying that. Listen to the quotes from Champ Bailey, Peyton Manning. They know they're not where they need to be come playoff time yet.
10-3, you know, for you folks out there, 10-3, you can put the blinders on and look straight ahead. The bottom line is, you know, if games were just played in the third quarter and scored, nobody could touch the Broncos. We need 60 minutes of football, folks. And again, just like you talked, that expectation has risen from last year. You know, what if last night's Oakland Raiders were the New England Patriots, that were the Houston Texans? You know, whole different ball game. I don't know that we win that football game, Chad.
Yeah, and that's how we're going to keep looking at it, folks. That's how the players are looking at it.
Pissing.
Yep. Very happy. Much better than we were a couple years ago. But we have the chance. We have got a Super Bowl caliber team, and every game we're just going to expect it right there.
You know something? You've said like Super Bowl like 8 times now.
Yes.
That word just gets me excited. You know when I get excited, you know what that is?
That must be Prize Monkey time.
Prize Monkey.
Prize Monkey, that monkey's funky.
Say what?
Prize Monkey, that monkey's funky.
The Bronco Planet Prize Monkey isn't and never will be trademarked by Bronco Planet. Let's face it, monkeys are funny, but occasionally Prize Monkey goes crazy and starts doing copyrighted material such as the Tebow, the Funky Chicken, and Peanut Butter Jelly Time. All prizes are final, no takey-backies. We here at Bronco Planet recommend that you prize monkey responsibly.
There's one thing for sure. The prize monkey's been spending a little time right here at Bronco Studios.
Yes, running around because he's excited to take care of those great fans out there. Always compliments of Bill Sports Collectibles and Bronco Planet. So, Prize Monkey, we know what time it is. It's time to get time to start celebrating a little Christmas.
I'm Von Miller. I'm here to sack you.
So we got a little Bronco Santa to give away, and we also have a little scarf.
Going old school, aren't you?
Yes.
Let's see it.
And well, the scarf's kind of new team, and then old hat. This is old school hat. We got the old horse on crack looking like thing, and
if I'm not mistaken, that is a show worn hat, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we did wear this at our little Christmas special.
Sure.
The value of this thing's got to be skyrocketing now. But anyway, all you got to do this time, all right? It's cold. It's getting cold, people.
Sure.
Just go to Bronco Planet at yahoo.com and just tell us the Bronco that's been surprising you this year. Who's come out of the blue and just outperformed anything you thought, or maybe it's a surprise in a negative way. It's kind of let you down. We don't care, folks. You're going to go in the raffle. All you got to do is submit who's surprising you. And we'll have 2 winners, one for the Santa, one for this great ensemble of special winter fun.
You know, the nice thing is orange and blue clashes with everything, which means you can wear it anytime.
Absolutely. So,
absolutely.
Anyway, let's get back to we've got a lot to celebrate right here. We got a 10-3 team.
Yep.
We got Peyton Manning, number 18, behind the center. We've got Demaryius Thomas, who's just having a phenomenal year. Eric Decker steps up. I mean, every week there's somebody else. And to your point earlier, we got a Jack freaking Del Rio defense that's so tough. And Von Miller is, he picked a great hero in Derek Thomas because he's exactly like him.
You know something, when you talk about other players, in line with, what we're talking about here with players that are surprising you. Mitch Unrein.
Oh, yes.
Unrein. Excuse me. We call him Unrein because I can't remember to say Unrein. But with that being said, here's a guy that, as a defensive tackle, gets his first offensive touchdown last week, which is fine. Von Miller against the Raiders dislodges the ball. Mitch falls on it. Mitch is kind of a guy that's just, he's
everywhere.
All the focus has been on Von Doom and
Derek Wolfe,
who's been doing very good,
and
DJ and Wesley Woodyard and Champ and all this stuff. And here comes a guy from Eaton, Colorado, played some college ball there in Wyoming, and all of a sudden it's just kind of he seems to be around the ball all the time. And the funny thing last night, if you do a little rewind, if you've got the Raider Bronco game on your DVR, when the Broncos had the ball there on the 1-yard line, he goes out for that same type of pass, and all of a sudden the Oakland Raiders bracket him.
Yeah.
They're keying on Mitch Unrein.
He's like a Demaryius Thomas.
I love it. He's like the butterball of football. And I love this guy.
No, he's great.
Yep.
And the thing also that you can't forget is that Von Miller touchdown a week ago is caused because Mitch comes right through the middle. And anybody, we're from the Estes Park Bobcats, and we used to play the Eaton Reds back in the day, so we love seeing our
Never
Eaton
saw a
guys
guy
doing great.
his size, I can tell you that.
Oh, well, and thank goodness.
Yeah, no
at
kidding.
5'9" and $150, I think we were at that time.
No kidding.
But,
So
anyway.
let's talk about 10 days from now.
10 days, we're going to have a whole show to really break down all the Baltimore prep. But, I mean, this is a big game. It's important. We got the New England playing Houston, which is important. That's going to impact the Broncos.
Go Houston.
We want that home field advantage as long as we
Absolutely.
can. And certainly, this will be a big test. You go to Baltimore. A lot of they've been dinged up. This is a game we can win. And, I keep going back to that schedule. NFL's like second or third toughest schedule, and the Broncos are just 10-3, and they're just moving along. But it was a beauty. You played 3 games in 11 days. Now we've got 10 days off. Got a little time to get healthy. You get, the offense and Peyton Manning some more time to plan and get ready. I feel very optimistic.
Yep, I do as well, Shad. For all of you out there this Sunday, for the love of God, we don't know what we're going to do either because, that's our day. That's one of the things that I hate about Thursday Night Football. But please enjoy the next 10 days. Chad and I will be back here in a week or so. We'll kind of preview a little bit more of the Baltimore-Denver matchup. It's going to be a huge game. A lot riding this week, obviously, as to the outcome of the Broncos as we get closer to the playoffs. Hey, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter. We've got a great little page over there on YouTube. Make sure you visit. And until next time,
go Broncos, man. They just keep on doing it, buddy.
10-3. Did.